SSBWs, they are the type to get turned away at an all-you-can-eat buffet. They big, bro. They big. I don't know what's going on.
Giving
Cash out
Johnny
shortly,
some
Will.
missed warning signs.
Right, from what we're learning, Colt Gray's home life was fraught with problems. Police reports and court records concerning his parents, Colin
this
and
shooting
Marcy
was
Gray,
fucked up.
reveal a broken family. Colt living with his father, his two younger siblings living with their mother. Marcy Gray was arrested late last year for scratching her husband's truck. Then when they arrested her, police say they found her with methamphetamines, fentanyl,
Damn.
and a glass pipe. She was sentenced to 46 days in jail.
Let me stop right here, first of all, because we're not going to absolve Colt of taking other people's lives
Yeah, that's it. That's
and
your
holding
bogus.
him accountable for what it is that he did in his school
That's your
shooting.
bogus as hell.
That's number one.
See, the problem is like people are so okay with using all these other alternatives to solve their problem, but they don't want to use the alternative to actually work. Like they want to use the alternative to get their emotions out instead of using the alternative to actually solve the problem. Fuck is wrong with y'all?
But number two, this is a subheading of number one. Do you see how broken homes and when people are not operating and they're having children with people that they don't like and that they don't care about, and you're not doing the best thing and it's in the doing the thing that's in the best interest of the children? Do you see how the children are the ones that pay for the sins of their parents? Meth head,
people.
fighting, scratching her husband's truck. I'm sure that he was fighting back and forth with her. He probably was a meth head.
Look, these people. How do you expect somebody to like somebody else when they don't even like themselves? You expecting them to like they look, man. Shit ain't gonna work. They don't like themselves. They definitely gonna like the person they're laying up with. And if them cheering got any traits, then goddamn it, good luck. Good motherfucking luck.
Too, because they don't usually do it alone. They usually operate in pairs. And they got more than one. They got 3 kids. 2 daughters is living with her, the meth head. And he over there with the father in a broken home. And then all of a sudden, everybody else got to lose their life because you basically groomed a monster. I think that both parents should probably be arrested. Personally, I don't think that it should.
When you have a hand in the torment and the torture that's going on at that level, your ass need to be prosecuted. You are akin to a ringleader, akin to a kingpin. Goddamn, you akin to the goddamn mastermind. You the mastermind of the situation because you didn't want that. You didn't want that person to become anything as far as emotionally stable. So you're a mastermind. You might as well. You need to be going. Suffering RICO charges.
Just be the father. Look, when we start to get past the initial shock of what happened and we can start to deep dive into the details of who these people are and we can start to mine out their background, we see that it's the same pattern over and over. And it doesn't matter what color you are. It don't matter if you black, don't matter if you white, don't matter if you Hispanic. If they want to label you a person of color, if they want to tell you that you an Indian, you got Indian in your hair in your family, that's why you got good hair. It don't matter.
It really don't.
There is no privilege. It's all gone. It's whether
the privilege didn't used to be in the color of how you look. The privilege used to be just in the trust that you had that the person that you was goddamn picking up from wasn't trying to kill you. They didn't have no feelings or animosity towards you. You was paying them. You was their customer. Now they don't care who they kill. Goddamn China selling that shit to Mexico and they getting that shit across the border. And they cutting it with everything. Like, for those who don't know, when people take a drug like, let's say Molly, not even Molly, something like Xanax, they are cutting it. Something like ecstasy, they are cutting it. They're taking one and they're cutting it. Let's say they cut it in half. Then they go add fentanyl and replace it. So now they got two. They didn't turn one pill to two. Let's say they cut that into 3 pieces. Now they need to turn one pill into 3 pills. And when you keep diluting it, you just keep getting the stronger component or compound of fentanyl. And people not made to take all that. It's getting to a point where there is no like community. They don't give a damn about nothing. They don't care who they kill.
Whether or not you're going to do the thing that's in the best interest of the kids, because love is a duty. It's not a feeling. It's something that you do because that's what you said that you was going to do. Unfortunately, he is the product of his neglectful parents that ultimately created a situation, and she won't be held accountable for the monster that she helped groom. The father got arrested, right? And I think that that's only because, you know, mob rules, and so people want to see blood, and so as a result, they're going to arrest the father. But the fact of the matter is, we're going to automatically pin this on authorities. We're going to pin it on the FBI. We're going to pin it on the police and say, why didn't you arrest him? Why didn't you hold him accountable when you first got reports and you interviewed him and they told you that everything was fine, but you didn't really think that everything was fine? We're going to pin it on them. But how can we never really hold the mother and the fathers accountable? Why is it only the people that's trying to prevent it and trying to basically do precog work instead of going all the way back to the source of how they found themselves in this position in the first place? The parents is more liable than any government agency that's supposed to use some kind of technology to prevent whether or not it was supposed to be a school shooting in the first place.
And what makes that interesting is if you did see, you know, parents or guardians charged in that manner, or as far as even if they don't serve the whole sentence, they got to serve half, or they got to pay a fine, or, you know, unlimited amount of community service, whatever it is, you will see a drastic change in parenting and a drastic change in crimes being committed. Because now, when you walk away as a father, as a mother, whatever it is, if you walk away from your child, let's say, like, you know, a lot of these niggas walk away from their child. If that child go commit crimes, now you held liable. Now you going to jail. Now you paying fines. Even if you're not doing the full sentence, or even if you're doing half or a third, you still serving some type of time. You still got to be on the lookout. You still might lose your job because it's coming on your record that your kid is out of control. So they don't trust you to have a job because they don't trust you with your kids. You will see a lot of more involvement, and you will see a lot of parents getting their shit together and, goddamn it, not allowing their kids to become this and that, because it will directly affect them and affect their pockets and affect their income, affect the amount of food that they can put in their mouths. So yeah.
Every time, almost every single time that you see something like this happen, almost, not all, it is a broken home. It is a broken home. Look, I am tired of people coming up on my panel sitting there telling me that it's okay for y'all to be single baby mamas, single baby daddies, or be born into dysfunction, and that made you who you are. Somebody gonna tell me one time, Anton, ain't you glad you was born in the hood? That made you who you are today. Man, get out of here. That's drama. That's PTSD. That's stuff that no kid should have to be subjected to in the world. That's crazy. You should not be. Let me get out of that. Let me continue.